Welcome to IEEE Metaverse Grand Challenge for Simulation-Based Learning 2026 Kickoff Webinar. My name is Polat, and I am the chair of the IEEE YP Innovation Hub Subcommittee and also the competition chair for both 2025 and 2026 IEEE Metaverse Grand Challenge for Simulation-Based Learning. First of all, thank you all for joining today. I know today is almost like this Sunday, but that should be great to want to just discuss today. We are excited to see your participation from different countries, backgrounds, and disciplines who are interested in immersive technologies, simulation-based learning, and innovation. The purpose of today's webinar is to provide a complete overview of the competition, introduce the challenge themas, and explain the submission requirements and judging criteria, and also share some examples from previous winning projects and answer some of the most frequently asked questions. Whether you are a student, YP, an educator, developer, or simply someone interested in emerging technologies, this challenge offers an opportunity to create a meaningful learning experience using metaverse and simulation technologies. Actually, by the end of this session, it means that I can go through a brief presentation. I hope you will have a clear understanding of how to participate and what the judges are looking for, and how you can transform your ideas into the impactful educational simulations. Thank you again for being here. Let's get started actually. Just briefly, I want to just cover some perspectives. Yeah, it means that before discussing the competition itself, let's begin with a simple question. What exactly do we mean when we talk about the metaverse? And metaverse can be described as a shared, immersive, and persistent digital environment where people interact with one another and with the virtual objects in real time. Instead of the simply viewing the content on a screen, right now I'm just using my screen for example, but the thing is that here users became active participations within a digital world through the avatars, interactive experience. That should be great to use the metaverse environments. Importantly, the metaverse is not a single technology. Rather, it is an ecosystem to build for several enabling technologies working together. This includes the cloud computing, high-speed internet, virtual, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, blockchain technologies. Yeah, so many options do you want to just integrate to your projects. The thing is that here, many people first face with the concept through the gaming environments, but today metaverse extend for far behind that the entertainment. We're seeing application in education, healthcare, engineering, manufacturing, urban planning, workforce training, professional collaboration, and among others. Why we can just focus on this challenge, actually, that's the purpose. And for example, the students can perform the experiments in virtual laboratories. Healthcare professionals can practice complex procedures in risk-free environments, or engineers can test the designs before building the physical prototypes actually. Yeah, these kind of experience provide opportunities that are difficult, expensive, or impossible to achieve in your traditional settings. Here you can get a contribution how you can want to just create the highly engaging simulation-based learning environments. It means that what makes the metaverse particularly relevant to this computation, why we focus on that purpose. In many ways, actually, the metaverse represents a shift from learning by reading or watching to learning by doing. This kind of aspect is one of the reasons why immersive technologies are attracting increasing attention across education and professional training sectors around the globe. Okay, today actually we move through the today webinar structure. You will see some real world examples and demonstrating how these kind of technologies are already being used to improve learning outcomes and create the innovative educational experience. That's our purpose, just provide some like the perspective, how you can start that process. And the question there, okay, we have a basic understanding of the what is the metaverse actually, but the important question follows: why does it matter? Why is there so much attention around the metaverse technologies? The answer actually here, the metaverse is more than a just technology trend. It is creating new ways for people to learn, collaborate, and interact in digital environments. You should actually, one of the biggest advantage here is the ability to support experiential learning or proof of learning, we should call it right now. And you can create that perspective either education, healthcare, engineering, or workforce training, actually. Most importantly, for this computation, actually, the metaverse enables us to create immersive simulations that help people learn by doing. That is a core idea behind the simulation-based learning and the main focus of this challenge. I just want to provide some background why we propose this idea actually. I want to just show you some couple of real world examples because you need to also just know what is ongoing on the literature and the industrial examples. And the first example here is the Victor XR, which creates the digital twin campuses. The students can attend the virtual classrooms, laboratories, libraries from anywhere in the world. That's our one of the like the expectation. What makes this interesting is that it replicates many aspects of the real university experience while adding interactive and immersive features. That tool actually demonstrates how the metaverse can extend learning behind the physical campus boundaries. That's one of the example. The other one is the Lobster. Lobster is one of the most widely used virtual laboratory platforms. It allows the students to perform experiments in biology, chemistry, and physics through the interactive simulations. Uh, Actually, the key benefit is that the students can safely practice experiments repeatedly without requiring expensive equipment or laboratory facilities. This is a great example how we can want to just perform your simulation-based learning in an action way. And the other one is like here, Google Expeditions. The Google introduced the idea of the virtual field trips. What is the meaning that the students could visit the museums, historical landmarks, and natural environments without leaving their classroom. And this approach expanded access to cultural and educational experience. That's a great way. You can increase your engagement through the immersive exposition, actually. That's another example, actually, how we can want to use metaverse in educational landscape. And also just want to mention the other example here, monthly VR use a virtual environments to help learners practice conversation with a virtual characters. Actually, the main issue there, you can memorize the vocabulary actually, but through that platform, the learners engage in realistic scenarios to improve the communication skills and confidence. This tool demonstrates how immersive environments can support skill development process through the practice. These are the great examples how we can use the metaverse environments in education. That's another example here. This space, that's this space combines the augmented and virtual reality to help students interact with the 3D models, not the 2D models, in subjects such as anatomy, engineering, and physics. Rather than viewing the static images, students can manipulate and explore what is the meaning that these complex structures. It should be easy way to understand, makes abstract concept much easier to visualize. These are like the spectrum. You should also think about some potential ideas to use the metaverse environments in the educational landscape. Okay, this is a real world examples for educational area, but the thing is that here we should also provide some examples for healthcare domain. Let's look at a few examples here. First one actually focusing on the medical training simulations. Actually, virtual reality is being used for medical training purpose and to allow healthcare professionals in order to practice the procedures in safe and realistic environments before working in with a real patients, because that should be critical for us. And we need to practice to learn how to get a, like that kind of the skills actually. And second one is here platforms such as a Proximia enable remote surgical collaboration. Actually, that's also another critical needs, because we need uh, get experts. They can provide the guidance and support surgeons from different locations using augmented reality technologies. Yeah, just want to show you another example here. Immersive virtual environments are being used for the therapy and rehabilitation, helping patients complete physical rehabilitation exercises in more engaging and personalized ways. You should also focus on the personalized medicine as well, actually. Yeah, together, these kind of examples demonstrate how metaverse technologies can improve training purpose, either collaboration or patient care. But the thing is that here, try to reduce the cost and increase the accessibility. These are like the great purpose how we can engage with the metaverse technologies. Okay, and we discussed some examples, but the question there behind these applications, like they are this powerful technologies working together. But the question there, what you need actually. Let's briefly look at the core technologies that enable the metaverse. The metaverse is not a single technology we discussed before. It is built on several technologies working together. One of them is the virtual reality and augmented reality, create the immersive experience and digital interactions. And the other one is artificial intelligence. Right now, is rapidly evolving actually to just getting the integrate in the VR or augmented reality platforms. AI can enable intelligent avatars, personalized learning, and adaptive simulations. Or the other one is the IoT device, Internet of Things concept, connect real world data with a virtual environments. You should also connect your data or just connect device to device. How you can do that? You should use the IoT devices or blockchain can support the digital ownership, identity, or security transactions. And finally, you should also use a 3D reconstruction and digital twin technologies. These technologies, they can help create a realistic virtual representation of people, objects, and environments. Together, these technologies make immersive simulation experience possible. It means that you should choose one of the key components for your project. You should start to implement your idea. Either you should just focus on virtual reality or augmented reality, or you should use AI within the virtual reality platforms. That should be a better way to just know how we can start. It means that where to start your process. Okay, and then now that we understand the technologies behind the metaverse, but the question there, which kind of tools or platforms you need to use to implement your idea. Let's briefly look at some of the tools and platforms commonly used in the metaverse environments to build this kind of experience. Actually, last year we shared some useful resource lists in our competition website, but I want to just share like the briefly some well-known tools and platforms through that webinar. If you are planning to develop a simulation for this computation, two most common engines are Unity and Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal Engine. Unity is often preferred for education applications because it is beginner friendly and you should use some documentation, and in their like the platform they can also support the deployment across the multiple platforms. Engine is known for its highly realistic graphics and advanced visualization capabilities. If you want to develop like kind of some avatars, and it should be better to use Unreal Engine. Yeah, it means that you should use one of the tool just to develop your simulation environments there. Okay, and the other thing is that here different development platforms use different programming languages. For example, for Unity, the primary language is C Sharp. Unreal Engine mainly use C++ or Blueprint Visual Scripting kind of. JavaScript is commonly used for the browser-based metaverse applications, while Python can be useful for AI integration or data analytic or data processing side. You can choose one of the like programming language to wanna integrate into your development platform, but you don't need to master all of them. Choose the tools that best match your team skills. We don't expect to get the master of that kind of the programming language. You should use to adapt into your development platform actually. Okay, to create the virtual environments and interactive objects, you typically need the 3D contacts. And Blender is a powerful open source tool that can create models, animations, and the simulations at no cost, actually. And the other one is Autodesk Maya, is a industry standard platform widely used for professional 3D content creation side, actually. And if you want to focus on like some immersive experience, tools such as VRTK, AR Core, or AR Kit can help accelerate this kind of development process. Yeah, these are like some a great spectrum how we can build that experience for a variety of devices, including smartphones, tablets, and heat-mounted displays. You should use one of them and to just deploy your immersive experience structures. Okay, and not every metaverse projects requires VR hardware, but frameworks such as A-Frame or 3.js, like kind of the Python, Java format actually, allows the developers to create the interactive 3D experience directly in a web browser. Yeah, you should also just use that platform as well, get your project more accessible and easier for users to experience without special equipment, because otherwise you need to install something, they need to use your just the requirements. But if you want to plan to deploy more accessible, you can use also web browser structures to deploy, such as A-Frame or 3.js tools. If you are getting interested in blockchain, it means that you are get interested in decentralized applications. Blockchain technologies can also be incorporated. Ethereum is one of the most widely used blockchain platforms, or the other one is Solidity is a common language for developing smart contracts. Like you should use that kind of the options to develop the decentralized application purpose. Okay, we just cover some common use tools, but the question there, how we can wanna just get that kind of the tutorials or some like the further reading materials. Last year, we prepare like some tutorial materials for participants who would like to learn more. Actually, we already shared that the tutorials in our competition web page. You can easily access there. These guides provide practical information on metaverse deployments, recommended tools, frameworks, and implementation examples. Yeah, you can go to check and test how we can use or how we can integrate into your development platforms, because whether you are experienced developer or completely new to the immersive technologies, that's almost fine. Why we can provide that kind of the further reading and tutorials you can use, and it means that these resources can help you how to get started quickly, and you can access the data resources through our competition web site actually. Okay, now that we reviewed the technology landscape, but the thing is that here we should focus on the what is our metaverse grand challenge. I want to just briefly cover what we did last year, and also just want to share with you some of the exciting projects developed our participants from the last year. Should be better if you can also see that kind of the winner project details. Then you should think about how we can start or how we can design your process. Okay, and I would like to briefly reflect on the success of the 2025 IEEE Metaverse Grand Challenge. Last year, we received very strong response from the global community. You can see there, and with a 131 participants representing 24 different countries. Actually, this demonstrates growing interest in immersive technologies, especially for simulation-based learning and educational innovation. This year, we should also get at least these kind of numbers and to get the kind of the contribution from your side actually. And yeah, participants come from diverse backgrounds, including engineering, computer science, education, healthcare, and design. That should be great because we should focus on the diverse spectrum to get the meaningful innovation output. Most importantly, here, I want to just say one word. We saw how creative ideas could be transformed into practical learning solutions with a real impact, especially for the simulation-based learning, because I will share last year winner project details later. You can see there how they can just transform into the practical learning solutions, because that's a great way to see how they designed that their project structure. Yeah, and to support the participants last year, we provided various resources through the competition, including knowledge sharing webinar series, and we also shared a development guidance. It means that how we can start your process to for the design thinking process, and then which kind of tools or which kind of the uh, benchmark you can use. We already shared there. And also we also prepare frequently asked questions series, because that should be critical. You have some potential questions or some issues how to handle we need to address. And actually last year we compile a comprehensive frequency asked question series. Please check that kind of series. But if you have any another questions, we are like the we are happy that we happy that like to just to answer that questions. We also share like education materials there as well. These resources help the participants understand both technical and educational aspect, how to design the learning immersive learning experiences. And just briefly covered there, we organized knowledge sharing webinar series. First, like kind of kickoff webinar to explain what is the structure of the grand challenge. Then we continue knowledge sharing webinar series to support the applicants across all thematic areas. You can see there we invited experts from academia, industry, and IEEE share best practices, development tools, educational design principles, and real-world case studies because you need to get to that kind of voice and to understand how you can design, how you can develop your projects and learning outcomes. For example, for the sustainability smart cities, we invited ESS Winnie, and for the healthcare applications, we invited May. And for the advanced learning purpose, we invited Gustava, and we discuss the different spectrums and to just design how we can start the process. You can reach out to like the all recorded videos on YouTube. Actually, you can click there and just check that webinar series structures. Okay, one of our goal here was not only to run a competition actually, but also create the learning ecosystem because you participate that the competition. You just design or to develop new skills or exchange ideas or connect with the experts from the different disciplines. We should create that kind of transferable skill structures. Why? Actually, you can see there. Last year, we just selected some winners, the first place winners and second place winners. Let's begin with the first place winners of the 2025 Grand Challenge. And the first one is the Inkscape XR, and the other one is the Uno 8. I just want to briefly cover that. This project actually successfully combined the immersive technology with a clear educational purpose. And what do you mean? For example, for this for the Inkscape XR team, they focus on the STEM experiments, how to just simulate the complex STEM experiments through the VR to like kind of the purpose here, gamified experiments. And it should be easy way to want to understand how we can get to that complex, the physics experiments. And he developed a comprehensive like the virtual environment platform and also just want to provide the AI tutor there as well. He used AI capability to just to integrate his metaverse environments for the purpose of gamified experiment structure. It should be not the focusing on technological side, also provide design the solution that demonstrate the like strong learning value, user engagement, and practical applicability, actually. It should be valuable for us to get the impact for your project idea. And the other team, eight simulation team, they formulate how they should wanna just design the voice VR training process through the adaptive tutors and multi-language support because in some way it is not the easy way to just to train or just practice the workforce a lot, but here they design like the AI power and also use the voice where training purpose. It should be like the easy way to just to practice and to learn how to increase your capacity to practice and learning skills actually. It should be like the valuable and to want to just learn kind of the adaptive tutors, integrated voice-based VR training purpose. Okay, and then while the first place projects demonstrate the exceptional educational impact, but you can see there, second place teams also develop impressive solutions that address a different learning challenge. Let's take a look at their project. And the first one is Intel Lab team. And here they focus on the one of the common challenge in engineering education, how to provide hands-on digital logic laboratory experiences, like kind of when students cannot access the physical hardware because it's a main issue. It is not the easy way to practice. To solve this problem, actually, the team developed a VR-based digital logic laboratory that combines the realism in person labs with the accessibility of remote learning. Here, it means that you, as a student, and can build the circuits, interact with the components, and receive the real-time guidance, and learn through the practice in an immersive environment. That's a valuable outcome. It means that impact for learning purpose. The other second place winner as a Met Experience team, you can see there, they develop a VR-based intravenous insertion training simulation for nursing students, especially for healthcare domain. The goal was to help learners, it means that healthcare professionals, to practice IV insertion procedures in a safe, repeatable environment before performing them in real clinical settings, because it is not easy way to engage with the patients. You should practice in the metaverse environments to learn how to just practice the IV insertion procedures. Using the VR technology, actually, the simulation provided in this project actually step-by-step guidance, because that's a valuable guidance there, interactive feedback and performance tracking, and they share some initial testing as well, and the show improves how they increased learner confidence and reduced the cognitive load and positive usability outcomes. That's also valuable for us if you perform any kind of the usability engineering testing. Our juries, like jury members, also just uh, check that purpose, because that's also kind of proof of concept purpose. They already provided their initial results, how to improve the learner confidence or reduce the cognitive loss load side. This kind of project is a great example how immersive technologies can enhance like training purpose by creating realistic and low risk learning experience. And these are our scope, and these are the some examples what they designed last year. And you can reach out the details through our website. We already share all details. You can check the previous year winners details and also the other materials as well. Uh, I want to just like to say some words actually. You can see there these projects demonstrate that successful submissions do not necessarily require large teams or highly complex systems. What matters most is identifying meaningful learning challenge. It means that you should focus on the like, what is the learning challenge? And then the second part, how to design engaging this simulation that creates real educational impact. With, with that in mind, we should get like the impact while you are working on that project. Okay, then let's now turn our attention into the 2026 IEEE Metaverse Grand Challenge. Yeah, you can you can go to the scan the barcode to reach out to our website. We this year computation is organized with the support of IEEE Metaverse, IEEE Future Directions, IEEE Young Professionals, and IEEE Smart Cities, bringing together expertise from multiple IEEE communities actually. This year, objective remains the same. What is the meaning that? to encourage the students and YPs to design innovative simulation-based learning experience that address real-world challenges through the immersive technologies. Whether your project focuses on healthcare, sustainability, smart cities, engineering, education, or other emerging domains, we encourage you to think creatively about how simulation and metaverse technologies can improve learning, training, and decision making. I already mentioned before, our goal is not simply develop virtual environments, but our purpose to create the meaningful education experience. Why you want to design your idea or the metaverse environments that generate the measurable impact for learners and society. It means that you should focus on that purpose. Yeah, you should design the virtual environments, but you should focus on how to generate the measurable impact for learners and society. I think that that should be a great starting point how you can design your idea. Okay, now let's look at the overall structure of the 2026 competition. This challenge is designed to encourage application participants to develop immersive simulation-based learning experience that address real-world educational and training needs. You can see there this year, you can submit your projects under three main theme categories, either healthcare application in digital learning, or sustainability smart cities and urban innovation, or advanced learning in education or classroom environments. We welcome creative solutions, actually. You can leverage metaverse technologies, simulations, AI, gamifications, digital twins, VR, AR, or other immersive approaches. We are almost happy to just to see your innovative ideas, how to improve learning outcomes. Okay, regarding eligibility criteria, the participation is open to students enrolled at accredited universities and or IEEE who received their first professional degree within the past 15 years. You should gather your team members, either students or YPs, or combination of the students and YPs. That's almost uh, just okay to how you can design your team members. And actually, the competition officially opened, and you should go to like the submit your project till August 15. Our submission deadline is August 15. You will also find the QR codes on this slide link directly to go to competition website and submission portal where you can access full rules, resources, and submission guidelines. Okay, and you can ask the question there, how you can submit your materials. All project submissions must be complete through our official competition portal. And when you want to see, just click the website, you can see there, submit your project button. You can click, and then you can see there the smart sheet form. You should fill out that form. I will explain later what you need to submit. We will discuss later. Okay, and you should create your teams. It means that it consists of 1 to 5 members. Each participant may only be part of one team. When you want to submit your project, please make sure that all team members are listed, as like team composition cannot be changed after the submission is finalized. That's our competition rule actually. I would like to emphasize the our submission deadline August 15. Yeah, I strongly encourage the teams not to wait until the last week to begin developing, testing your simulations as early as possible. Over the coming months, actually, right now in June, July, and August, We will continue to providing resources, guidance, and support, help your site to prepare your like the stronger submissions. I will explain later what is our planning side actually, how we can support your perspective. Okay, and the question there, the teams will have the creativity freedom. It means that we couldn't define any kind of problems of statements. You should choose your idea. You should choose your problem of statement to develop your immersive simulations that model key processes and innovations for simulation learning purpose. You should choose one thematic area, for example, healthcare, then focus on your problem of statement to develop immersive simulations. The focus here how to design engaging the interactive simulation that can enhance the learning and training experience for YPs and or students actually. Okay, maybe you can ask that question. Okay, we have an idea, but we don't know how to start. To help your site actually to get started, we have also prepared a collection of example ideas and inspiration topics. Those are not the requirements, but rather examples to demonstrate the type of simulation-based learning experience that could be developed within a computation thema, but you should check, but not the requirements. These are the examples. You should think about some idea. You see the ideas there, how we can start the process for your site. You can definitely find all links to our competition web page. Okay, and we also compile several recommended resources for those who would like to learn more about the metaverse development or just identify which development frameworks or available tools or implementation strategies or which skills you need. You can definitely reach out that further reading and tutorials section. You can find all details. Okay, maybe the critical parts. Let's discuss what you need to submit for the competition. The submission portal consists of two components. First, a PowerPoint presentation of up to 5 slides. This should clearly explain your selected thema, provide a brief overview of your solution, and highlight the technologies or the framework, what you are going to develop actually, and educational value of your simulation. We should want to understand what you design and what you can get for educational landscape, like kind of impacts purpose or impact solution side. This one is a PowerPoint presentation submission. The second one 5 to 7 minutes video demonstration in MP4 format. This is very important component because judges will evaluate your project based on materials you submit. Therefore, your video clearly demonstrates how the simulation works, how users or your deployment interact with either device or user, what learning outcomes it provides. My recommendation here is to focus not on the technology itself, but also education impact and user experience. Yeah, and you can access through you can also find the official context rules and also go to the scan that QR code, how to submit your project details. Okay, then you should also know how the projects will be evaluated by the judging panel. One of the most common questions we receive actually is what are the judges looking for? You can see there the most important criterion uh, accounting for 25% of total score is the effectiveness of the simulation-based learning. In other words, How well does your simulation help users learn, practice, or develop skills? Next major criteria are creativity and innovation. You can see there. And each creativity and innovation and educational impact, each one contributing to any percentage. We encourage your side to think creatively. Uh, it means that how your solution delivers meaningful learning outcomes. And the other one is user experience and engagement, and just covers for 15%. So usability, interaction design, and learner engagement are important considerations. It means that you should also share your initial results, how we can align with the usability engineering purpose. Okay, final part, we also allocate 10% for the integration of technologies, either AI, gamification, or adaptive learning, or which kind of the purpose you should propose. The another one is 10% for sustainability, accessibility, and ethical considerations. My recommendation here is simple. Don't focus on only on building impressive technology. It means that how we can not to focus on only immersive technology design purpose. Focus on also creating a simulation that is educational, valuable, engaging, accessible, and impactful. Then you should cover that evaluation matrix. And it means that your project, in that case, your project should get the good credit from the judge's perspective. Okay, the final part, maybe it should be critical for you, I know. We should also highlight and also announce what is the price there to recognize your outstanding submissions. And we are offering some exciting awards this year. We will have up to two first place teams, each receiving travel reimbursement of up to 2,500 US dollars to attend 2026 IEEE International Symposium on Emerging Metaverse, which will take place in Kerberos this October. That should be great opportunity actually to share your achievements, like the and also get some and also a great part to make a networking site as well. We will also have up to two second place teams who will receive the IEEE Metaverse and IEEE YP's premium backpacks along with the certificates of achievements. This year, we have also another award category. Actually, thanks to the support of the IEEE Smart Cities, there will be a special award for projects submitted under the Sustainability, Smart Cities, and Urban Innovation category. It means that the winning team in this category will receive a 1,000 US dollar monetary prize. Of course, I know behind the prizes, this competition provides a kind of great opportunity to showcase your work to the global IEEE community and to find the correct experts or related experts and to gain the visibility for your ideas and innovation. It means that that's a great, like the marketplace to want to share your ideas. Yeah, that's the part of the price perspective. Okay. Before we conclude that webinar, I would like to also highlight some of the support opportunities that will be available through the computation timeline. Actually, this year from June to August, we will organize like open office hours. It means that you have either you have a questions or discuss ideas or receive the guidance related to your projects, yeah, you should directly contact with me, and we will also share one calendar. You can directly just select the suitable time slot there. It means that kind of one-to-one discussion slot, or you can go to directly contact with me actually, and you can just send me email, and also you can send our metaverse competition email address. We are almost happy to support your process. It means that that's under the open office hours umbrella. And the second part, right now we are currently planning IEEE Smart Cities expert webinar. It's going ongoing process right now, not to finalize. And this year we should invite one expert to discuss either digital twins, smart cities, system simulation, or immersive technologies. The expert speaker like to share like their process, how to design the immersive environments on smart cities perspective. That should be like the one of the knowledge sharing webinar series. Finally, this year, we will also share some development tips, recommended tools, educational design guidance, and useful resources through our social media channels, because that should be valuable for your site and you can get some kind of guidance directly and to use your process actually. And I want to highlight our goal here is not only run the competition, also create the supportive learning community actually, like the and proof of learning process actually. You can develop new skills and just to get some kind of guidance or feedback and turn your ideas into the impactful solutions. That's a great outcome from the grand challenge perspective. Okay, and I already listed some potential frequently asked questions series, but we've when we just finished the webinar series, like this kickoff webinar, we will share these slides with your side actually afterward, and you will be able to review the frequently asked questions series, competition details, submission guidance, resources at your own pace. And I don't want to just read that the all frequently asked question slides today, but that should be critical right now. I would like to open the floor for discussion. That's your opportunity to ask your questions, share feedback, or discuss any ideas you may already be considering.